Day One Journey, episode 1474. What to start with? Purpose or priorities? Good question. Well, in our journey, in our lives, I think it's very, very important to close the door. In our purpose, in our lives, I think it's very important to figure out our priorities and at the same time figure out our purpose. Now, where is the best place to start? Where would I recommend people to start? Sometimes I I just dislike some of the questions, where to start. Well, usually the answer is it depends. Yes. Now, I would if you want an answer between the two, probably priorities, because purpose can be very, very specific and priorities. There's so much that we can sort of do, yeah, because we can easily create a list of the things that are important to us, yeah, like just start brainstorming. I think start brainstorming priorities is much easier than purpose. Priorities, we have a list of all the values like love, growth, freedom, power, comfort, like we can actually list those and like say like we can actually go through 50 or 100 values and just say okay, like pick 20 of them that are important. So I think it's quite easy to do. uh, Getting started with priorities, I think is easier. That's why I would recommend starting there because it's easier. You don't need to just make things hard for you. Purpose. Well, purpose is big, very big. What is your purpose in life? This is big. Meaning of life, purpose of life. Some people will start thinking about religion and God, and this is big. So probably I would start with priorities because there's so many things that we can start to figure out at the beginning, and without necessarily coming up with a final list of priorities. After we do, well, I already shared my opinion about how to do it, how to figure out your priorities. Well, we have the priorities playlist series. So after you figure out some things, the values that are important to you, you start sort of comparing them between one another. Growth is more important than comfort. Freedom is more important than completeness. And so I can actually, well, I can actually offer an algorithm to figure out your priorities. Um, and at the beginning, it's quite straightforward, and of course, afterwards, it can get more challenging because we actually need to make decisions. What is more important to us? But we can do a lot of work at the beginning. I don't think it's that difficult. Purpose, just starting with purpose. I think this is hard. Yeah, this is like, why do we do what we do? Well, this is. I think it takes time to reach this understanding your purpose. We also need to execute. We need to do. We need to taste. We need to priorities. Well, this is the answer. I would start with priorities. Purpose, other than just asking myself, what is my purpose? What is my why? What's you know, where do I extract the motivation and reasons why I do what I do? Asking these questions once in a while is a good idea. but pushing them a bit stronger, I don't think will actually get us to our purpose. We need to execute, we need to taste, we need to be part of big projects, we need to figure out things about ourselves. Now, it's it's much more singular and specific than priority, so I wouldn't start there. But asking myself the question why is it's a good question. So I can still ask myself this question. I wouldn't pressure myself to get to my purpose, to figure out my purpose too fast. So if there's the two of them and there's a specific amount of energy, I will probably start with the priorities. But you can start with either of them. But when you start with purpose and you ask yourself why you do what you do, if you have nothing there, don't stress yourself about it. You just move on to priorities. And uh, and if you don't sure about your priorities, start executing. And if you're not sure about what to execute, execute things. Train and work on the skills that will you will use either way. What are they? Energy and focus. Whatever you do in life, you need energy. Whatever you also do in life, you need to focus. So, just sharing. Have an amazing day, day one. See you tomorrow.